Ooh, you little cunt. Go on in. Oi. Oi. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey guys, it's Brad here again, and today I'm just doing a bit of a little project update. So, let's start off with my newest addition. So, I got this. I got a lawnmower for free from some guy down the road who was going to take it to the tip. The only problem with it was the little lever on the choke's fallen off, but I can still push it by hand. So what have I done to this so far? I've added a hand throttle, which is just this. Over here, so hold this in to run it, hold this little lever in, you pull that throttle to rev it up when you need to. That's it really. It's got 118cc, not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet. I'm thinking of keeping it just as a lawnmower for now, but I'll probably have a project for it in the future. Of course though, it has got a vertical shaft rather than a horizontal one, so I'd have to do a bit of conversion if I needed to put it on a motorbike or anything, go-kart, you know what I mean. So yeah, it's a pretty good little lawnmower actually. It's not bad at all. It backfires quite loud sometimes, but I tried getting a video of it and it didn't do it the whole time I tried videoing it, so yeah, a bit pointless that was. It's got overhead valves, which is always good. It's not really like a flathead engine, they're a bit weird. Although the cam is down and it does use push rods and all that system. I tripped the whole thing apart the other day just to have a look at the insides of it, and the actual internals of the engine, like I just took the valve cover off really. The internals are actually all brilliant, and inside the carb, in there, the bowl was actually pristine. All the float was clean, everything. Came with half a tank of petrol, brand new petrol as well. Took the air filter apart, that was clean, that was brand new. Took the exhaust apart, it was a bit battered here, I tried bending it out, made it look worse. Oh well, made a new intake gasket there as well because it was a bit perforated, but that's the only problem that was with it. What this bar does, that just pulls that lever there, which basically shorts it so it doesn't spark. That's all that does really. Like I would take this apart and show you, but that's for another video. This lawnmower can take a grass bag down here behind that cover there, but grass bags are pussies. Pussies, mate. It does have an automatic throttle, but it doesn't really rev up as much as I like it to when it's in a sticky situation, like going over big grass like there. We don't really need a lawnmower in our garden, we've got AstroTurf, but we have a front garden and I want to try and get some money from it. Yeah, that's that one. Right, on to my next project is the quad bike. As you can see, it's got no wheels at the moment. Let me just get that out of the way. And that's simply because it doesn't fit through any of my doors when the rear wheels are connected. So to take it in and out of the house, I just leave the rear wheels on. Well, off, I mean, sorry. And yeah, just leave the rear wheels off, and yeah, it's got a bit of a ripped seat. That's the only problem with it, really. It did used to have fairing out there, but I prefer it without it, as it looks fucking stupid on all the photos I've seen online of what they're supposed to look like. It came silver and blue and it looks terrible. Probably see a photo of it here. And it looks kind of shit, but yeah. When I bought it, it was a non-runner. It didn't have any of the electrics really. It had a shit wiring loom that was in a fucking hose pipe from a garden, which is pretty annoying. So I've redone all the electrics really. Put a new ignition barrel, new rectifier, new spark plug because it didn't come with one. Didn't come with the rectifier either. Didn't come with the starter solenoid. And yeah, I'm ragging around on that quite a few times. But one time when I was out, I actually basically tried getting up a small little, basically like the reverse of a ditch, a small hill that goes over again, a bit of grass to stop cars from driving up. So I gave it a bit of gas to go up that, and when I did that, I actually flipped myself, landed back on my head. And ever since then it doesn't start on the button, you have to jump the starter, which is pretty annoying. And the battery fucking case thing doesn't hold it anymore, so I've actually has put 2 zip ties on it because the actual weld has snapped. You can see where the fairing used to be there, and the fairing was also snapped up at the front here, but I've drift stitched it back on. Actually, is that the right side? No, it's this side. This side is all snapped off. See? Yeah. Brakes were fucking, the fluid was completely black on that when I bought it. Completely black. So I completely bled that whole system through. Apart from that, everything runs sound. I cut the exhaust off as well, just for the fun of it really. I don't have a grinder at hand or anything, so I literally just took a hacksaw to this exhaust, cut it off, because look at that, that's terrible there. I did put a bean can on it, as I'll show you here, but that fell off because I only epoxied it on. Well, I put gun gum around it as well, but that wasn't enough to hold it. Yeah, that's the end of that project. Then my other project, another one of my projects, is the motorised bike. That was running at one point, but it was on a different frame, and that frame was this one here. And basically, the frame was just too short, so the carburetor was actually twisted to one side, and it would leak fuel, as well as the fact that it was running lean all the time because it wasn't sealing properly around there, which was very bad. But I think I might need a new engine for this in the end because half the screws are missing for it. I mean, it will still run. I can still probably finish the project. It just needs new wheels really, and a front set of forks. That's all it needs. But yeah, it's just a bit bummer really. I haven't really worked on this project in a while, simply because it's just, I don't know. I don't feel like it's worth it at the moment. I don't really have the motivation for it because it needs new everything, and money's an object as well, you know. Here's not really a project, but it's a little ongoing thing of mine. I've actually got a basket full. Oh, that's not aluminium. Of aluminium products. For example, I've got an old aluminium cast crank arm here. There's a load of bike frames in there, a load of aluminium cans. I need to get an angle grinder to speed up time, and I'll actually cut up a load of old wheels like that, all the buckled ones I've got. This one here is not buckled, so let's ignore that. But for example, this bit of frame's in the bucket because, well, basically, it's so hard to undo each individual spoke just to take it apart and then have to cut up the actual rim. So I'm just going to wait till I've got an angle grinder, go through the whole lot easy. Got a whole load of forks there as well for whatever projects I need them for. Yeah. Got a microwave over there as well. I want to get the transformers from that. This is my messy desk, needs clearing out bad. Haven't really worked in the shed for quite a while, so everything's been piling up. I've got a 1500 watt 2 power inverter here, which I could use for a good project, but I don't know, haven't really got the motivation for that at the moment. L plates, but I don't use them anymore because I've passed my test. And yeah. A project that I've done in my shed, which isn't really a project anymore, that's complete, is actually fitted a radio. That was in my Golf that I've got. That's my next project I'm going to talk about. The actual radio, I've made a whole casing for it and fitted it here. I've actually got one of those cassette to aux cords, so I've got a little jack that goes into it, which is pretty cool, so I can now play music from my phone. But it also has a CD changer at the bottom there. And then I've got all my CDs. I've got a speaker there behind all that, speaker up in that corner, and a speaker up in that corner. And then I've got my lighting system there, and then, yeah. Right, the next project is the Golf. Right, so as you can see, I've got a whole load of spare parts here, including a mirror that got smashed the other day because someone actually kicked it on my car, so I swapped the mirror on my car for that one. I'm keeping that one in case something else happens and I need one in an emergency, so I'd just rather have a smashed one then. Here all I've got really is I've got the coil packs from the car that I've got now, because this is my second car, but the coils and spark plugs went the other day, so I just swapped the whole lot really, swapped it all out, and now it runs perfect again. I've got other things as well, like a 1.4 Golf ECU from my first one, although my new one's a 1.6. Could probably sell that, get a bit of money, but no, not really worth it at the moment. Got a spare belt over there, seat belts, wipers, rear lights, one front light. The other front light I've actually just fitted to my car because I was in an accident, but that's for a different video. And yeah, so this is my car, and as you can see here, this light looks a bit downy as it's been forced in. The whole fiberglass behind that's been crushed from the accident I was in. It's got the shit wheels on it because, yeah, they need replacing though because they've got no tread left on it and it's at the wear indicator. So I need to do that as soon as possible, and that's all four of them. What have I done inside? Well, what mods have I done to it really? Not much really. Got I'm retarded written on tape up there because I'm just a retard. Got my head unit, which is a bit fucked. Definitely need a new one of those. Oh, that's been for a lot. Got my little switch panel. That switch has stopped lighting up for some reason. Got a speak to the people on eBay for that, because I've actually only had that switch installed for about 2 weeks, maybe less, and it's now stopped working. I've rechecked all the wiring, that's nothing the problem. The switch works, it just doesn't light up. I don't really want to have a faulty switch. But yeah, that switch actually turns on all the subs and amps in the back of my car, because, well, I like a sound system myself. I think they're pretty good. You can see this is just ABS plastic back here, and then that's my aux cord for the radio, because it was one of those, it had 2 RCA inputs behind it, so I literally just got an RCA to jack converter, cut it down a bit more so it fits perfectly through the plastic, super glued it in, and I've got a little aux cord on the front, which I think is pretty cool actually, not gonna lie. And of course I've got the phone holder and cup holder, but yeah. You can actually get stock cup holders for a Golf that go there, but I'm yet to buy them, but I will at some point. But yeah, also got the red and black floor mats, red and black gear shifter and all that, because good colour scheme. Don't have a mat at the front though at the moment, because it kept curling up into my pedals, and then I just stopped being able to accelerate and brake at sometimes, and that's a bit dangerous. So yeah. Then my steering wheel, I've wrapped the bottom bit in paracord, which is getting a bit dirty now, as you can see in that. I put a red line at the top, just for shits and giggles really, you know. Then in the back, not really much to see. I'll show you those speakers at the back in a minute. They're supposed to be a floor mat under each one, but they've both been pushed forward. So I'll get out and show you the rest. There's a little coupling for power. Right, so at the back here we've got amp 1, which powers the front 2 speakers and the 2 parcel shelf speakers. Then there's amp 2, which powers the sub alone. I need to tidy the back of my car really. There's my favourite hat. This subwoofer here has kind of destroyed itself over the last 2 weeks. Every single one of these screws has fallen out, and I don't have the Allen key to fit it. It's perforated itself somehow. It keeps throwing itself around my boot, even though I had it velcroed down. The whole box is destroyed, and I just need it replacing really, because the amp's holding up fine. It's just the actual speaker itself is just blowing itself to shreds. I'm actually going to uninstall that today and run without the sub for a while, because the sound quality is still good without it. It's just I prefer to have it, but I'd rather save money on fuel if it's not going to work. But here's the 2 parcel shelf speakers. That one works fine. That one's fucked. Yeah. This one's a bit. The wiring's fucked in underneath it, and the grill's fucked as well. I need to clean that. Yeah. Debadged it, because, you know, who wants everyone to know I've got a 1.6? Yeah. Yeah, these are the tyres I was on about, because you can see these have actually got a tread left, and they're a lot better wheels than the other ones. Although that one's the flat tyre and the broken wheel at the same time, so that one needs refurbishing in itself.